gonna need some real help this year. I can already tell, man. Ain't talking about
what if I told you that you can make your first NBA 2K26 build right now? I know that sounds crazy, but before you write this off as another clickbait 2K26 video, just hear me out. If you're anything like me, you were a little overwhelmed by all the builder news 2K released. Between max plus 2s increasing your badges by 2 levels, custom takeovers, and new specialization quests, it was all a little too the NBA 2K25 2.0. Here, take a look at this. Zach2K posted a video where he took one of the 99 overall builds leaked from NBA 2K26, put it into NBA 2K25, and the build was nearly the exact same. The only thing he couldn't do was upgrade his post control by 1 point. Naturally, other people started doing the same with other 2K26 builds 2K showed, and every single time the builds were nearly identical. So that made me do some digging. On 2K's live stream, they showed the attribute ratings required to unlock Shifty Shooter. 76 for bronze, 87 for silver, 91 for gold, and 96 for Hall of Fame. So obviously I hopped on 2K25 to check, and what do you know, it is the same exact requirements, except they removed the agility rating requirement from the badge. Still not convinced? They also released a screenshot showing what rating you need to unlock the small contact dunk soft 2 package, which is 86 driving dunk and 75 vertical. So I hopped on 2K25, and shocker, it's the exact same requirement. So what that tells us is NBA 2K26 builder is basically the same as 25's with minor tweaks for balance. Now personally, I like 25's builder, so this isn't an issue for me, but whether you like this or hate it, it presents us with a really rare opportunity to lap our builds weeks before the game even comes out. So today we are gonna make my do-it-all small guard build that got nearly 1 million views on YouTube this year because of how many people loved it, a 6'6" tall ISO build that's gonna be more insane than ever on 2K26 for reasons that I'll share later, and a stretch big / shooting center build while keeping in mind all the new changes like max plus 2 perks and custom takeovers. Now before we get into it, shout out to I'm Different JC for winning one of my NBA 2K26 giveaways. If you're looking to win NBA 2K26 for free, all you have to do is like the video, drop a sub with notifications on, and comment what height you're gonna make your first build on NBA 2K26. Alright y'all, here we go. We're gonna start with our all-around small guard build, which historically every single year is the safest build to make day one of NBA 2K.
No PGs this year, man. I'm lying. I'm not gonna say we're not doing none, but I'm not starting off the year with a PG.
Released a tweet saying that he's going to loosen the restrictions on the best dribble moves so tall guards can actually be viable. And instantly people started jumping to the conclusion that their 6'8" is going to get Steve Francis. No, that is not what this means. Think about it. If tall guards could get Steve Francis, a dribble move that requires 95 ball handle, there would be literally zero reason to make a small guard. What Mike Wang most likely means by this tweet is he is going to be removing the height restriction on certain dribble moves, so if you have the rating needed for a previously small guard exclusive dribble move, you can actually put it on. And the first OP dribble move that comes to mind is of course Darius Garland dribble style. This move requires only an 86 speed with ball. The only reason it wasn't used on 6'5" and 6'6" builds is because of the 6'4" and under requirement. So with that restriction hopefully being removed, we have a lot of changes to make. Right here is my 6'6" build that I released earlier in the year, and once again people love this build for good reason. You have a 92 ball handle, so you get all the best dribble moves for 6'6". You got an 89 driving dunk for silver posterizer. Everybody used their max plus 1 to get gold on this. Tough. An 85 3-point rating, an 85 perimeter defense, and an 86 steal. The 86 steal was so you can use 5 cap breakers to get to a 91, and then once people got cap breakers, they also upgraded their driving dunk to a 93, getting Hall of Fame posterizer because they got gold posterizer and then max plus 1 on Hall of Fame. Basically, the overall consensus was that this was a great all-around build that had more potential the more you leveled up. But now with the Max Plus 2 badge and this new info that we got, we can skip the grind altogether. And the way we're gonna do that is by first lowering our block from a 74 all the way to a 35. I get what I was thinking when I put block on a tall build, but bro, I rarely ever got block.
This video's terrible.
Whatever it is you're looking for in a guard build, the guard build I will be giving y'all in today's video is everything you me with the code to give away to one of y'all. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the build. We are now in the My Player Builder on NBA 2K26 a full day early, and I'm not gonna lie, I just cooked y'all up a guard build. Go ahead and like the video and subscribe if y'all haven't already, because this build is actually insane. I don't even know how I cooked this up this early. For the position, you want to go point guard. For the height, you want to go with 6'4". Weight, you want to go 178, and wingspan 6'7". And then as you can see on the right of the screen, these are the body types we are going to be able to get. We can get buff, slender, which in my opinion, slender is the best guard body type, because it, in my opinion, I feel like it makes you move like smoother. It's probably personal preference, but in my opinion, that is always the body type that I aim for. But once you do that, you want to go ahead and hit continue. And first, getting into the finishing category, we got a 72 close shot, 75 driving layup, 87 driving dunk, 32 standing dunk, and a 40 post control. So first up, the 72 close shot. Nothing crazy. We're a guard. We're not really going to be doing a lot of close shots. We had to bring this up because of other attributes. 75 driving layup is actually enough to get bronze layup mix master and bronze float game. Two very good layup badges, but this build isn't really meant to be doing crazy circus layups, but it is enough to make contested layups from time to time. Now the driving dunk 87, this right here is a strength of the build. We are going to get silver posterizer, which we can get to Hall of Fame by putting a max plus 2 on it. And we also get gold aerial wizard. Gold aerial wizard we don't really care that much about, but silver posterizer is going to help us finish a lot more consistently in the paint. And we are actually going to be able to get contact dunks on this build once we upgrade the dunk and the vertical, which is crazy. We're gonna have contact dunks, and especially once you see the rest of the attributes on this build, it is crazy the fact that we can get contacts on this build. Moving on to the shooting category, we have an 82 mid-range, 92 three-point shot, and a 67 free throw. The 82 mid-range is very decent for midi fading. We don't have a super high midi, but in my opinion, we don't really need that because the green window for midi fades is so high. With a 92 three ball, we are going to get all of these gold badges and silver limitless range that you see right here. But the plan is with this, we are going to pick shooting, build specialization, and then once we get to a certain point in the build specialization, we are going to get a shooting cap breaker. What we're going to do with that shooting cap breaker, put it on our 3-point, and we are going to get gold limitless range, which is gonna be insane. Moving on to the playmaking, where you didn't really think this build could get crazier. Yeah, it got crazier. 71 pass, 90 ball handle, 91 speed with ball. I'm not gonna lie, I saw a few of the builds from community day, and a lot of them were guards that didn't have a super high ball handle or speed with ball, and a lot of people went 86 speed with ball, and you can go 86. I don't really see an issue with that, but a 91 is going to get you Hall of Fame lightning launch, so you're going to be dribbling faster. And then the 90 ball handle, we're going to get pretty much every single sig. The only sigs we're really not going to be able to get are like the LaMelo ball sigs, which aren't really that good, and the Trae Young sig size up, which the Trae Young sig size up is really good. But I mean, that's really the only two that we can't get. We're gonna get all the Kyrie Irving sigs. We're gonna get all these badges right here. Now, sadly, we are not gonna get gold unpluckable, which does kind of hurt, but we are probably gonna put 2 cap breakers on our ball handle in the future, which not only is gonna allow us to get gold unpluckable, but it's also gonna allow us to get those other dribble animations I was just talking about. And then finally, 71 pass accuracy. I know a lot of y'all are looking at this and you're like, 71 pass on a guard, that's crazy. But you can still get it done, believe it or not. And especially when you consider what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put my tier 2 max plus 2 on Dimer, and I'm gonna get Hall of Fame Dimer with a 71 pass. Like, moving on to the defense on this build, and yeah, the defense is still really good. 58 interior, 82 perimeter, 85 steal, and a 61 block. First up, we got the 58. You are not a little dog. You are a big dog in the paint. You're gonna be able to stop those guards from paint matching you, especially those tall guards. You know, if you got a post score on you, you know, 58 interior doesn't mean you're going to box a post score. Don't get me wrong. But if you are guarding another guard, you are going to be able to stop them consistently if you're there. 82 perimeter. I really wanted to have more perimeter, but in my opinion, we don't really need a super high perimeter. I don't think anyone's going to be shooting that crazy day one. If you were like a little bit there and you're just getting a little bit of contest on people's shots, who are going to be there? And honestly, I feel like 82 perimeter can be usable year round. That is what I made most of my builds with in NBA 2K25, and they were saying in the beginning of the year, like, oh, you need to make minimum 92 perimeter builds. You don't. I'm telling you, you do not. And then Steel 85, that is going to give us gold interceptor and silver glove. 85 steel is a really underrated part about this build. Now, it doesn't really look like anything crazy. It's like, okay, you got a decent steel, right? Silver glove and gold interceptor. What we can do with interceptor, we can put our max +2 on interceptor and get it to legend. I mean, legend interceptor on a guard build that already has 91 ball handle and 90 ball handle and 91 speed with ball with contact.
The new NBA 2K26 dribbling system, speed burst, behind the backs, adrenaline, quick stops. I'll cover it all for all of you dribblers out there. We've also got the new rhythm shooting and no dip catch and shoots in 2K26. While also going over the L2 cheats, jump shots, and how hard it actually is to shoot, so shooters keep watching. We can't forget about the new dunk meter mechanics, the old new slow down euros, layups, floaters. For all my slashers watching, I got y'all. We're gonna be going over passing and even the new green rebounding mechanic. Even the post scores will be getting covered in today's video with this standing dunk meter and the new post go-to shots. And let me tell you, these post scores might be more OP than ever. I'll cover all of defense from the paint all the way out to the perimeter. We'll even be talking about takeovers, literally anything you can possibly think for gameplay for 2K26 we will cover. So hit that subscribe button and let's get started right now. What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Henry, aka Double H, back at it with yet another banger. And I played NBA 2K26 early, and I'll be breaking down everything in different categories, starting with dribbling, then shooting, finishing, rebounding, post scores, defense, and lastly takeovers. And I'll be doing all that while giving my honest opinion on the game I played at Community Day for 2K26. If you have any questions, I will answer them live on Twitch right now. Now, if you want to see the raw, uncut footage, it's being streamed 24/7 on my second Twitch channel, Double H VODs, where I'm also hosting a 2K26 giveaway. Now, warning, all the footage you see in today's video is on Hall of Fame, and I will be showing proof of that throughout the video. Another warning, all of this gameplay is from playing 2K26 early. This is the game I played at Community Day, and things could change by the time the game releases. Let's start with the dribbling. Now, I'm gonna let some clips play in the background while I talk about my honest opinion about the dribbling, and then we'll get into specifics. The dribbling is a lot faster. I mean, you guys can tell by just looking at the gameplay. Okay, the momentum's back. There's a bunch of old moves back. There's new moves. You can run out of moves faster. You can cancel out of moves. Overall, the dribbling feels smoother. It looks faster. And I feel like players are still going to be able to replicate their favorite NBA players, while also the players that like the old arcadey 2K fast speed gameplay type of movement are going to be able to do their thing as well. Okay, I mean, y'all can see the clips. Like, you could spam moves, cancel out of moves, run out of moves faster. The dribbling is 100% better than 25. I mean, if you think 25's dribbling is better than this by just looking at it, then I don't know, you might be clearly better. But anyways, let's get into some specifics. Bursting out of moves, okay? Even just doing a simple escape of the court right here with Curry, you see I'm running out of that much faster. De'Aaron Fox has a nice escape and cross launch. Look at his escape and cross launch is nice and fast. Trae Young running out an escape. There's his animation. He also has like a 2K24 Jamal Murray behind the back on. I'm not sure what behind the back it is. Whatever Trae Young's behind the back is right here is literally the Jamal Murray behind the back from 2K24. But Jamal Murray does his behind the back isn't good. Even Giannis, his cross launch is good. And when he just runs out of a standstill position, he runs out of it instead of right, then goes to escape, explodes out left, gets the easy dunk meter. I was even messing around with LeBron James. He has this nice like walk back, step back, and just messing around with LeBron. I mean, look at this, bro. You could snatch while running forward, and then you stop at a dime immediately. Look at KD. He did the same thing where he kind of snatches when he's running forward, and then he can burst out of that to left or right. Once again, here's Ja Morant in the Learn 2K. You saw his escape running left and right in the play. Now, I was just testing the dribbling. So am I actually going to spam the left right with the stamina and adrenaline? No, and we're going to get into that later. I'm just trying to show y'all
the actual gameplay. There's Trae Young's behind the back moving forward. There's that 2K24 Jamal Murray behind the back right there. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention Kyrie has a similar behind the back that arguably creates more space. This one is insane too. Very similar to that Jamal Murray behind the back in 2K24. Escapes and behind the backs you can spam in 2K26. And what I mean is like literally spam them. In the past in 2K25, if you did an escape, you had to wait for the whole escape to play out to do another one. And then you would have to like either left stick cancel it, or you would have to do a hezi and then do the escape again. In 2K26, you could just spam your right stick right and left without left stick canceling, without L2 canceling, without doing anything. Okay, you could just spam it right and left until your fingers fall off if you want to. Now, would I suggest doing this? No, because you're going to lose stamina super fast and you're going to lose adrenaline. Okay, but you can do it like once or twice, get open, you can go right, you can go left, hunt for your threes. Okay, you could do it with the Kemba escape, you could do it with any escape in the entire game. Same with behind the backs. Look at the Curry slide. You can Curry slide back and forth as much as you want, back to back to back to back to back to back. Now, are you gonna lose stamina and adrenaline fast? Yes, and we're gonna get into that because right now this is Learn 2K clips with no energy or fatigue on. Okay, so yeah, you can see the Damian Lillard escape. We showed a bunch of random escapes in these clips that you could do. It doesn't matter what escape it is in the game. KD's, Jimmy Butler's, doesn't matter. Once again, you could just spam it back and forth. So this is escapes and behind the backs. At first, I was trying to left stick it, but I realized, yo, I don't even have to left stick cancel this. Like, I could literally just spam it back and forth. So you just hold the right trigger and right stick right to left for the escapes. And then if you want to do the behind the backs, is obviously diagonal down right, diagonal down left with the right trigger, just back to back to back. Adrenaline and stamina. So now you're gonna see what these escapes and behind the backs look like when fatigue is on and you have stamina and adrenaline. Look at, I'm just spamming the Curry escape, and yeah, you run out of energy and all of your adrenaline super fast. Look at KD, even with deep bomb or takeover. Usually in takeover, you don't really lose stamina fast. No, as soon as you can see, if we slow it down, as soon as I started spamming those and canceling those escapes back and forth, I lost an adrenaline and I had probably like what, 20% of my stamina left when I shot the ball. Now look, we got Stephen Curry escape it to the Curry slide, and look, I got no energy by the time I shoot that ball. You're gonna have to be smart with how you use your moves in 2K26 because look at this, it's slowed down. I have about 70% of my stamina left here. I get up the court, I do an escape, I lose a little bit of a stamina, then I do a Curry slide right after that, and now I have like 30% of my stamina bar left. I do another Curry slide, and now I'm blinking red with 2 adrenaline. So that's an escape and 2 Curry slides, and I am gasping for breath. Now here's Damian Lillard spamming the escape. He loses all of his adrenaline. You can't just spam this move and not be punished. So I'm sure a lot of y'all that were watching the Learn 2K clips, you're like, oh, this is gonna be OP, this is gonna be cheesy. But like in reality, no, you're gonna be dead tired if you just spam that. Here's Trae Young spamming it. Right there, I actually didn't lose an adrenaline somehow, but I'm blinking red, so it doesn't even matter. The momentum is back in NBA 2K26. You can see in Learn 2K, Shea spamming the momentum back and forth. Now, if y'all want to know how to do the momentum in NBA 2K26, this is gonna be how you're gonna want to do it. So without turbo, so without the right trigger, flick up on the right stick, then move your left stick towards the opposite ball hand and hold turbo. So after you flick up on the right stick, you want to move your left stick towards that opposite ball hand super fast. Like you want to do this all in one motion basically. If you were able to momentum in the past, you're gonna get this down pretty easily. An all behind the back mechanic returning. So you guys know in 2K25, to get that aggressive behind the back while you're standing still, like out of standing still, you have to like double tap the right stick down diagonal. Now it's like 2K21 where you can kind of just run and flick the right stick diagonal down where you want to go. So all you have to do is just run and flick it down diagonal where you want to go, all in one motion, and you can get these behind the backs out of standstills. That mechanic is back from 2K21. Not only that, there's a lot of good there's a couple good downhill behind the backs, one of them being Scottie Pippen. We're gonna talk about that more later in the video, but there's what his behind the back looks like right there. The nutmeg is of course in 2K26. Now you have to do it a little differently this year. So last year you had to hold the right trigger while running forward, and you had to flick the right stick down diagonal and then flick up like in a super fast motion. Now instead of flicking up after flicking diagonally down left or right, you have to flick diagonally up opposite of wherever you went left or right. So if you went diagonal down left, you have to flick it diagonally up right. That's just a minor change on how to do the nutmeg, but it is back in 2K26. There is still hezi canceling in 2K26. Now, obviously, you don't need to cancel out of those escapes or behind the backs of the hezi anymore, or double right stick down diagonally left, or double right stick down diagonally right with behind the back. But for step backs like this, if you wanted to spam them back to back, you can still do the hezi right after the behind the back and then do it again. Now, obviously, Tracy McGrady's hezi is kind of ass, so it's a little drawn out, but you get the point. Quick stopping for NBA 2K26. Now, I was talking to some people at Community Day, and I was turning to some other guards, and they said they couldn't find a way to quick peek like you could in 2K22 or like a 2K20 quick stop. Y'all all know in 2K25 we would flick to the right or left with the right stick, or just let go of everything, and that's what I was doing at 2K26 Community. I was just flicking the right stick to the right or left. I mean, some of y'all probably won't even call that a quick stop, but this is just the best way to set your feet that I'm aware of as of now. Maybe I didn't talk to somebody that found something, or maybe we just all didn't have enough time to find the best way to set your feet and shoot. But as of right now, the best way for me was to just flick the right stick to the right or left after letting go of the left stick and shooting. Now, I am going to be talking about more about shooting, a lot of shooting later in this video. Once again, a lot of my clips that I show, I'll just randomly look at the settings to prove that it is on Hall of Fame. All this gameplay is on Hall of Fame. I know some creators be going to the Community Day, putting that shit on Rookie, and then uploading it, acting like they're showing some gameplay. But if you're not playing on Superstar or Hall of Fame, then what are you really showing? Anyways, yeah, that's unfortunately the best way to set your feet right now. I wish there was a better, faster way. Word, removed. It is not in the game. I don't know if, you know, Steve Francis just doesn't have his own move on. The Steve Francis that you just flick up on the right stick and run, it's gone. He did not have it on his player. Not only that, it was not in the builder animations, but usually it's not there because it's locked behind a rep. Yeah, this is not in the game as of right now. Honestly, I don't have a problem with that, considering that that was just a move that a lot of people spammed and it was overused, as long as there are other moves to go to. And just by looking at the dribbling, it seems good enough that we don't need Steve Francis, I'm gonna be honest. Go-to shots. Now, I put this under dribbling because a lot of us didn't use these for jump shots because they don't work on real people with brains. We use Kevin Durant and Jalen Suggs most of the time for dribbling out of them and using them to run out of moves faster, or just run faster, like the KD or the Jalen Suggs, like I said, which are both back. It seemed like most players, if not all players, had the same go-to shot they had in 2K25. I know some people wanted some NBA players to have a different go-to or thought they deserved a different go-to. Well, I don't think you're getting that unless, you know, I didn't test everyone's go-to shot, of course, but the ones that I did test, it seemed like they were the same ones from 2K25. Ankle breakers. They were terrible in 2K26 too. Now, to be fair, I didn't like get a playmaking takeover, which in past 2Ks where ankle breakers were good, that's where you would get the good ankle breakers. But it seems like the ankle breakers were super random. The actual animations look really kind of dumb and like fake. And there was even sometimes where I would just spam a move or do a move and the crowd would react crazy. And it's like I didn't even do something. But even when I did make the defender do something, it kind of just didn't make any sense. But I'll let y'all listen in on the game audio when I didn't break someone's ankles.
Launches it Durant, but Greg trying to get back into championship contention. Yeah, and since it's too tough,
Thompson and Flag fill out the wings.
Blowout dribbling. It is the same control. It seems exactly copy paste from 2K25. You can still blow out dribble up the court. If you run into someone like right there, you're gonna automatically lose the ball literally every single time. The Kobe jab step. It is back in 2K26. It is the same thing, works exactly the same. Yeah, there's really not much to say here. There's this new up the court move I saw in the controls when I was looking through it. Basically, you run when you're running up the court without holding the right trigger, you double flick up on the right stick. So you flick up on the right stick twice, and each player has like a different move equipped for this. Honestly, I don't know if this is gonna be useful, especially online or competitive. I obviously didn't test everyone's up the court move, but here's Trae Young's, Curry's, and Shea's and what they look like. Now I have a solid 5 minutes of just dribbling around in the Learn 2K for y'all. I was literally just messing around. Keep in mind, I'm just testing the game, okay? I'm spamming things, I'm trying new things, trying to see what moves are in the game, what you can get away with, what you can't get away with. Obviously fatigue is off, but I thought for people that wanted to see as much gameplay as possible, why not throw this in? Okay, now there are some moves that I did learn in the Learn 2K that are going to be good in 2K26. Obviously we know Curry's escape and his Curry slide can be spammed and are good. His step back is still the same. His moving step back though is like the one in 21. I'm pretty sure that might have been in last year's game though. I'm not 100% sure. And yeah, I was just messing around with him, dribbling around with him. You can get pretty shifty with Curry. He was probably one of the best moving guards in play now. Paolo Banchero, he has the same go-to shot. He's like what, 6'10". He was not moving too fast, but Michael Jordan has the Kobe escape on. There's also a lot of good moving crossovers to get to the paint. So you guys remember De'Aaron Fox cross? I'm not sure what crossover MJ has on. It's very similar to the De'Aaron Fox crossover, but it works just like that. There is a lot of good crossovers that I saw a lot of players have on equipped that could get you to the basket pretty effectively. Okay, Scottie Pippen, this guy has a really good step back and he is the best behind the back in